Hello, how are we? This is the session eight. Session eight? Yes, session eight of um my breathwork experience thus far with my School of Breathwork Practitioner program. Um if you are watching this, hello and welcome. This is my YouTube channel, Yellow House Wellness, and I'm sharing my breathwork experience with you all, sharing it with myself to be able to recall this for myself as well, but for you all to take you along the journey. It's been a few short months, but already so much has taken place. This is session eight. This was March 2025 and it is currently June 2025. So this is session eight out of 19 sessions that I've had so far, 90-minute breathwork sessions on a weekly basis. So, um, my intention with session seven, if you haven't already seen it, was to have a devotional relationship with myself on all energetic levels to nourish and support myself and my physical body. So I've written here in my journal of my breathwork experiences. Last week was a very busy week. I do massage and I had a huge week of clients, massage clients. And I felt like I was run down from having done too much. Um, and I really needed to rest myself for this particular week. And again, coming into that intention, it's very relevant. I said I've also started to make minor dietary changes, no morning coffee. Big deal. That was a huge habit. No more morning coffee. I was taking my coffee later in the day. Sometimes I don't even have coffee at all. Um, but yeah, it was such a habit, just getting up, having coffee, having breakfast. Um, so I drink a lot more tea. I drink a lot more teas now. So drinking tea, drinking cocoa. Um, I was also taking at that point in time a prebiotic supplement and also a magnesium supplement, of which I have finished. So I did start making some minor changes with my diet and myself. Um, Trying to be actively mindful of sugar, when and how I eat it. I also had a moment of realization talking to one of my clients during a massage. Um, I thought I had OCD, double, triple checking if things were locked. So I remember she couldn't remember if she locked her car or not. And so she asked me, can you get my keys and just make sure my car's locked? And so I did. And so, yeah, I was telling her about how I used to, even though when I felt like I knew I'd done something like turn off the oven, lock the front door, whatever, I used to double, triple, quadruple check. Like I didn't trust or believe myself that I had done it, even though I knew that I'd done it. Um, and so, um, I realized this was a big safety wound. Fear, feeling insecure and doubting myself, even if I knew I'd done it, I had to check it again. I also realized my physical body is expressing high cortisol levels. Chubby face, hair loss. I was losing so much hair. I'm not losing as much hair at the moment. I think I'm back to normal amounts, but I was losing so much hair. I thought I was going to go bald. And, I might still look like I have a lot, but this is nothing compared to what it was. Like, this is nothing. Anyway, so I was expressing high cortisol, hair loss, bloated, fatty stomach, pimples. The thing is that I don't mentally feel stressed, but my body obviously is. So this is a pretty huge awareness, right? To really be in this awareness. I've also written here, my car's getting serviced. I was not at all in panic or worry about money. I put it out to the universe for my highest good. I've and I still am doing a practice called RBM, where you surrender your unanswered prayers to the universe. And I was practicing this at this time. And I updated my treatment menu. So um updated my treatment menu and increased my prices. So that was an intention that I had around feeling worthy of money a couple of weeks back. And the exciting part, I called the bank to proceed with a loan. Um, we refinanced to build me a new workspace. So this was when I took the action, and now the action has been fulfilled. We have the money. We're in plans and permit stage now. And so there was also a tiny homes expo happening this particular weekend. So, so much has changed. So much has changed. Reading this back so excites me. Um, it feels like it was so long ago. But yeah, just taking the action because do you know what? I was terrified that the bank would say no. I was terrified that the bank would say, we aren't going to give you this money and we wouldn't even give you the money that you currently have. I was really terrified of that. And so working with these past intentions, and feeling worthy around money and being able to take these action steps. Oh my gosh, looking back at them now is like unbelievable. Um, so this space that I am in right now is my workspace, which is a bedroom in my home, and my kids share a bedroom, and they're teenagers and pre-teenagers, and they really need some more of their own space. So we are in the process of building me a new workspace so that one of them can be in this room, and the excitement and the potential that this new workspace offers me is incredible. And I'm so excited. It's been something that we've been talking about for a long time, but I really legitimately didn't think it was going to happen. It was just one of those things that we talked about. And now it's happening. And this was one of my intentions this year too, to have it built and be in use by the end of the year. So, as I said, we're in June and it is doable. So doable. And Ardas Bayi, it's making shit happen. Really is making shit happen. So my intention for this week is clearing all blocks in the way of feeling safe in my body and establishing a new relationship with how I communicate with my body. So, like I said, I'm quite obviously stressed. My body is expressing it's in survival mode. I'm in fight, flight, freeze. But I don't feel like I'm in fight, flight, freeze. So establishing this new way of connecting with my body and yeah, clearing all the blocks in the way of feeling safe. Safety is another huge wound for so many people. Um, so that was my intention. And here's my breathe. So talking through my intention around safety in my body, I felt my breath expand, my capacity to breathe get deeper. My heart felt activated. My womb felt activated. Talking through communication with my body and allowing expression and sensation of emotion. My heart started to race. My nervous system feels jittery and sensitive and overwhelmed. Feeling heavy in my stomach. I'm allowing these sensations and expanding them to be present. Short, heavy breathing happening at that moment. Um, and again, I've said this in one of the previous videos. You know, I come from a generation of people who was not allowed to feel the feels because it made other people uncomfortable. You're only allowed to feel the good feels. So it's so huge just letting that stuff be there and releasing it from the body because I was quite obviously holding a lot of that. So I kept dropping out of the feelings um, and being conscious of bringing them back up. Forget calm and feel the body. Ask for help if it's needed. This is what was happening in my head. Calm and clear, suppressing negative emotions. My feet felt really heavy and solid. Pressure of connection with the floor. Heavy in my breath and chest, short and shallow. Heavy in my stomach. I had to unbutton my jeans. Heavy in my head and neck. Heavy in my chest. My right knee feels dull and strange. And as I sit looking at the screen while everyone else is talking around their intentions, I feel like I'm leaving my mind. Pen down, allowing it to be. As I lay on the table and put my head onto the bed, I lost the above feelings. There was a lot of twitching in my eyes before then too, which is a big stress sign. I don't really remember how I started, but I do recall hearing in my mind my parents and others saying to me, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care. Get over it. It's never felt safe to feel. I had the sensation of being strangled across my throat, ear to ear. There was like this pressure holding me like this, unable to communicate. And I felt my spirit, sorry, turning the page, inside my body falling away. I lost my ability to express. I felt a heaviness in my intestine, my bladder, and my whole pelvic girdle holding these emotions. I think this is why I have so many hip sensations too. Um, After this, I found myself contorting my body into different positions to release tension. My body felt asleep and numb, like it was there but lacking sensation. Um, the motto or the phrase, this is something that I've carried throughout my life of, you know, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Suppressing what you don't want to feel and only feel good feelings. You can't pick and choose. You have to allow it all to be expressed. I saw an image of a circus, someone on a unicycle on a tightrope, and I smiled. So I was dialoguing with myself. Um, you know, one of the things in the dialogue is you talk to the image, you tell the image how you feel and let it play out and continue that process. Um, So I smiled and I told the image that they must be an incredibly talented person to be on a unicycle on a tightrope. And they said, no, anyone can do this. I got up on the unicycle on the tightrope. I was very nervous and very anxious of falling, not being able to move, holding myself back. I started slow and wobbly, but I kept going. I was doing it. I felt so free to be there. My body started to twitch here and there, like it was starting to wake up after the heavy numbness from before. It was time to end the breathe. My arms still feel heavy and my body still feels slow. My neck and my shoulders heavy, lots of yawns. I actually remember this. I remember this in my head, and I don't know if I've written it here. I don't believe I did, but I remember like this image on the unicycle. And when I did it, it was like the person on the unicycle was like, "Of course you did it. Everyone can do it. I'm not special. Everyone can do these things. You've just gotta, you've just gotta try." And it was really, it was one of those, it was one of those experiences of like, and I did this a lot in life where you get so in your head, and when you get so in your head, you talk yourself out of actually doing it. But when you actually do it without being in your head, you're like, actually, that wasn't that bad. It really was much easier than I thought it was going to be, or it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. And so, it really plays into this fear of the unknown, um, that safety piece. And part of that safety piece being, well, I can't take that action because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's on the other side. Um, so it's safe to stay here. It's safe where it's small. It's safe where you're not seen. And so, yeah, it was very much tied to that sort of feeling. And someone else mentioned along the way, calm and clear. They wanted to feel calm and clear. And I remember resonating to this, like, well, I don't want to feel calm and clear. I want to feel the things. Calm and clear is where I'm at. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. I want to feel the things. So, feeling these things and letting them pass, letting them move through you, because that's what emotions are. In motion, emotion, they're supposed to move through you. Allow them to be there, let them pass. So, anyway, that was my session number 8, my breathwork session number 8. And yeah, I really feel like at this point there's so much progress being made. And it's exciting to go back and relive some of these experiences. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in session number 9. So bye for now.